Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike. In almost every video game, when your character dies, they could respawn. But what if you could respawn? Different games take different approaches on respawning, anything from particle reconstruction to making it a simple hospital visit. There are about 7.2 billion people on Earth, 150,000 in which die, 350,000 born. This averages to a 1.2% yearly growth rate, but if humans could respawn, that means they can't die. Permanently, that is. Removing deaths, that brings the yearly growth rate up to 1.8%. With each human taking up about 5 square feet, and Earth being about 150 square kilometers of landmass, nearly 320 trillion humans could theoretically live on Earth, albeit shoulder to shoulder. With no permanent deaths, in 600 years, the Earth would be completely saturated. In another 13, the Moon would be covered. Another 20, Mercury. Another 70, Venus. And finally, another 8 years, Mars would be covered. That's only 710 years away. It's been about that much time since the outbreak of the bubonic plague. So if nobody could permanently die, we would have a serious population concern on our hands. But luckily, things like food and water aren't a big deal. Millions of people every day would starve to death, but it wouldn't matter. Extreme sports would go a lot further. Potential dangerous activities would turn absolutely deadly. Skydiving? Meh, no parachute needed. Paintball? Real guns are more interesting. This carefree lifestyle is what video games are all about. In games like Grand Theft Auto, reckless driving and shooting civilians suddenly don't have the same personal impact because you know that your actions aren't permanent and your life is not actually on the line. It's the idea that you can only have one shot that makes your life important. So, where are you stored? If someone samurai chopped your arm off, you'd say, ah, you chopped my arm off. If they samurai chopped your legs off, ah, you chopped my legs off. At what point are you chopped off? You chopped me off my body, you'd say. When we find out where we are stored, that might be when we find out how to restore ourselves. But will that restored, reconstructed version actually be us? In Destiny, when you die, your body respawns and is reconstructed from particles. What if we were able to document every atom in the human body and reconstruct atom for atom an exact replica? Would that be you? Would it be alive? Does that new person have every memory you had? To put in perspective, you have 3.1 trillion times as many atoms in your body than people it would take to cover Mercury, Venus, Earth, the Moon, and Mars. You have 7 billion atoms in your body alone. There are 1.4 million times more atoms in your body than grains of sand on all the beaches in the world. Documenting every atom and making a copy is, well, really freaking hard. With cloning today, only DNA is used, and in 2001, the first cat was cloned. Although they have the same DNA, they have very different personal traits. One is shy and timid, and the other is adventurous. When you look at photocopying or video rendering, almost all of the image quality is maintained. Almost. After a few thousand prints, the mistakes get pretty exaggerated as more mistakes are made. That would absolutely happen in either human cloning or, in our case, replicating and regenerating. Assuming a copy of you is in fact you, when you die and are awaiting a reconstructed body to take over, where exactly are you? The same place you were before you were born. What if the moment you die are instant and you spawn back in? The jolt would be shocking to your senses and emotions. 1 second you're flying in a helicopter, the next a rocket explodes, shreds everyone inside, and boom, you're standing in the middle of the desert again. In gruesome deaths found in games like Gears of War, yeah, you can come back from a chainsaw attack, but would you really even want to? Humans may find a way to extend their lives, but as it looks, death is absolutely permanent. Maybe bringing the video game world to life isn't what we want. Maybe bringing the life into the video game world is what we really want.